You got your earpiece?
I ain't using the opinion of my room.
Y'all never did figure out what was wrong.
Uh,
Y'all never did figure out.
I prefer it this way anyway.
Oh, okay.
T. Era, do you hear me?
Oh, no, not yet. Hold on.
Huh?
I'm turning on the mic.
What's he say?
She's turning on the mic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got you.
You got me?
Uh-huh.
All right. The pastor is fine this evening.
What's the Coca Cola?
We will talk. What's your question? What question you got for me? I have a question. What's the damn question? I love you too, Boss Diva 19. Dill gonna be over here, so ain't no need y'all speaking to her over here on Instagram. She'll be watching the Facebook and the YouTube. If you got a question, you better come on answer it. Ask it now. Or forever hold your peace. Hmm. I'm gonna be basically talking about the latest development in the Joshua Brown killing, and I will open up the phone lines on tonight. I thought you had a question. Black sexy. Hey, Pastor. Hey, mm. If you're still around, you see what the damn topic is. Mm. I don't think I should put that ice cream on top of the
That ice cream was so
on
good
that
to me.
cognac.
It was so good to me.
Why do I like cussing? Why is that your motherfucking business? Why you like sucking dick?
Dang.
Okay. Because you enjoy it, okay? What's going on there? Oh, my intro playing. All right, it's show business time. What about this thing here?
I'm trying to see.
10 seconds.
All right. Do me a favor. Please don't ask me no motherfucking question in the middle of my show.
And five, four, three, two.
And just when you thought it was safe, it is absolutely positively not. And good Tuesday evening, and welcome again to Steal, the most controversial television talk show anywhere on the planet. Thank you so very much for being here with me on this Tuesday afternoon. Hoping that your day has been simply marvelous, no matter what it is that you have been doing all day, whether you've been out working or whether you're one of the fortunate ones who can just sit back and take your leisure. There have been some developments um, in the killing of Joshua Brown, and we will talk about that in just a minute. But let me let me deal with something real quick, and I'm gonna be through with it. You know, Memphis is such a small town that when you talk about somebody, it always gets back. It always gets bad. All right. Folks is asking me questions on here. Let's go and eliminate you from here. Be Jeezy, you gone. Yes. Anybody else with any questions? Y'all can go too. I had 2 phone calls today. I spoke with 2 people concerning what a wannabe political kingmaker thinks of me. And my contention had been that I'm staying out of this runoff situation between Rhonda Logan and Sherman Greer, Berlin Boyd, and what's that girl's name? Michael Lynn Easter Thomas. I was going to stay out of it, completely out of it, buy some advertising, and go on. If you're going to buy something. But then I have 2 conversations today with people in the political arena. And they both bring up the same name about somebody that does not particularly care for me. Okay. That we see each other, we do the pleasantries and things, but that people can call to tell me what individuals said. Now, in this race that is coming up, that the election date is Thursday, November 14th. It had been my total intention to stay out of the race. Just sell some advertising, if I can sell some advertising, and go on. That was my total, y'all heard me, I was gonna leave it alone. But both Michael, is it Michael Lynn or Michael Lynn? It's all one word, Michael Lynn. Michael and Easter Thomas and Rhonda Logan both have the same individual as their political handler. Let me just give a word of information to you politicians. If you, as a politician, is running for office and you're not bold enough to make decisions on your own, call the shots on your own, not make enemies out of people that you don't need to make enemies out of, then that's foolish. Don't allow the opinion of your handlers to influence what may happen in your campaign. Now let me say this, and I'm gonna move on off of it. When I listen to the statements on election night of Ms. Rhonda Logan and Ms. Michael Thomas, first thing I noticed was your statements about your win or you're going into the runoff were identical. y'all had the same script, which means that the same person wrote the script for both of you. So, let me say this. This city has had enough so-called political king makers. It does not matter to me whether State Representative Touche Parkinson cares for me at all. It does not matter. He's just a state representative. He's supposed to be representing the people of his district. But it appears that the state representative thinks that he's a king maker. One of the persons said to me, Thaddeus, I knew he gave you some advertising money for the Block Party for Peace. And that he has stated to some people that he was giving you that money to maybe quieten you down concerning his candidates. First of all, I didn't get my $1,500. $1,500 ain't enough hushing money. I can't spell hush for $1,500. That's not an exciting figure at all. But here's what I'd say. Ms. Logan and Ms. Easter Thomas, you should have been wise enough if there was a problem that you have with Thaddeus Augustus Matthews, TV talk show host extraordinaire, that in the Memphis area, I hit over 300,000 households a night. Now I got Central Arkansas as well. I've got a radio show in the morning. There are also people that listen to me and watch me. They'll get these keys off the end of this for me. You should have came to me yourselves and we could have had a conversation about your political races. So, since your political handler does not like me, and that's okay. I've known Touche, and I understand guys that want to be kingmakers. I understand that in this political circle, there are guys in Memphis who think that you're not supposed to run for office unless you get their permission, okay? They think that you are supposed to come and talk to them about how your campaign is supposed to be ran. I understand that these guys want to make all of the money and don't want you spending money with certain people. Well, it's fine. It's fine. In this upcoming race, I will be supporting Sherman Greer and I don't give a damn who likes it or not, I will be supporting Berlin Boyd. Now, Touche, if you can get both of them elected, fine. If you can do it single-handedly, fine. I am aware that one of your allies that worked with you in this past election, in the person of Mr. Ricky Peete, has chosen, and he told me to share with Mr. Greer and with Berlin Boyd that he's sitting this race out. He's not going to be involved in the race at all. And it was not Ricky that had anything, touche, negative to say about you. Other folk. But I do know that normally in North Memphis politics, Ricky Pete is usually a part of what is going on in certain camps. So I did, after I got this information, I called Ricky to find out what's going on. And Ricky says his only comment to me was that I'm setting this particular race out. I will not be involved in anybody's races. So I am going to be seeking advertisement from Berlin Boards. I'm going to be seeking advertising from Sherman Greer. Now, now I get interested. I get interested in Ms. Logan. I get interested in her Community Development Corporation that seems to have only one employee. I'm interested in knowing what her CDC has done in that community. I'm interested in knowing where the funds have been challenged. I'm also interested in whether or not young people who were used in the summer youth program were actually used to pass out political campaign materials for Ms. Logan. Ms. Logan, my number that you can reach me on, call somebody and ask them what my real telephone number is, because sometimes I don't answer that 231-9239. Just call. In fact, get it from Touche. Call me. Miss Easter Thomas, call me yourself. Talk to me. I don't talk to handlers. Okay? There's only one handler in the business in local politics I deal with. And he's always treated me fair, even when I don't agree with who his candidate is. Even in my days when I did advertising very cheap. Ooh, that made me itch that. Way back in the day. And that's in the person of Fred Dorse. I deal with Fred Dorse because Fred Dorse has always been fair with me. Fred Dorse has always made sure that his candidates, whoever it is that he's representing, they buy advertising from me. Several of the people, I had 13 candidates that I ran on air. What was it, 7 that won? 6 or 7 won the races. That he's always, he made sure that they paid me. Several of his candidates I know personally. They called me and said, look, we want you to handle it. Fred is handling the money in. I said, well, let me talk to Fred. Fred's the man with the plan. But Touche, understand that this city will not allow any more king makers. No politician has to go, or anybody that is seeking to run for office has to go by anybody else. So yes, I am going to be seeking. I've already talked with Sherman Greer, and I'm going to bring Sherman on this program because I told Sherman something today in my conversation with him. See, you get all these political folk that want you to be statesmen and talk nice and be politicized and, you know, sit back and be proper in your delivery. See, Rhonda is attacking Sherman for having worked for Harold Ford Jr., having worked for Steve Cohen. And everybody know I don't like Steve Cohen at all. Little short-legged motherfucker. I don't like his ass at all. But Sherman, people don't know what Sherman's job was for the congressmen, either one of the congressmen, and the things that he got accomplished for people. And I told Sherman that this community needs to know what you're capable of. Do I agree with every decision that Sherman Greer may make or have made? No. But when I see someone being manipulated by someone that wants to be a kingmaker, and you got that what's that word, unmitigated goal to say, you know, we'll just throw Thaddeus Matthews somewhere. You ain't got to throw me a motherfucking thing. No. So I will be supporting Berlin Boyd. And I know all y'all, some of y'all that know members want him gone. But if you wanted him gone, why did y'all allow 7 people to run in that race? I'd rather have the devil I know than and create a brand new devil that is manipulated by somebody else in the race. So I'm going to call Berlin and get some advertising dollars from him. I'm going to blow him up all on the TV. Berlin may not be comfortable in coming in here and being on the show, but I'm going to blow him up. We're going to talk about what he's done, what he ain't done. But Miss Michaelin Easter Thomas, where did you come from? I never heard of you until a few months ago. Where did you come from? And if you are being controlled by somebody that wants to be a power broker, then we need to know. You want to come on my show, Ms. Michaelin Thomas? You are more than welcome to come. But when you come without your handler. I don't allow handlers in the studio. I want to know where you came from, what you're running from, what's your background, what have you done in North Memphis that tells people that they need to vote for you. I just wanted to get that, I wanted to get that off my chest. Just get it off my chest. I've learned, my doctor told me to, what's that word? Vent. Dr. Faulkner told me to, let it out. That's really not cuss. And you find the folk that cuss, we feel well because we don't keep stuff in. I ain't got nothing against you, Touche, for wanting to be a power broker. But I just can't go along with you being Dr. Frankenstein and creating some monsters. So now I got to do what I do, and that's investigate and run checks and all kinds of stuff to find out. But I'm going on record as supporting Sherman Greer, and as bad as some of you may not like it, I'm going on record as supporting Berlin Boyd. Now that I've gotten it out, I purge myself. I'm ready to deal with tonight's topic. I done told y'all don't play with me. Ain't y'all done figured out yet? Don't play with me. Because see, I'm the motherfucker that don't care. I don't owe none of you politicians nothing. Okay? So, we're going to take a commercial break, and then I'm going to come back and talk about this case with Joshua Brown and the persons that killed. Now they're saying it's a drug deal went bad. What do you think? We're going to talk about it. I'm going to open up the phone lines again tonight for people in Memphis, people around the country. But you politicians, you want to be kingmakers. I don't give a damn about your throne or the crown on your head. Don't come at me. You ain't gotta like me. I don't care whether you like me or not. Because if you ain't feeding me, financing me, or that other F, and if you ain't effing me real good, nasty and exotic and sticky and kinky and frinky, it ain't good no way. So if you ain't doing none of them three, it don't matter what your opinion happens to be of me. But you're crazy to tell your candidates with a man that has a platform, social media, TV, and radio, that they don't need to spend no money with him. Okay. Maybe we need to figure out where all that money goes for your block party at peace. We'll be back after these commercial messages. Did you fix some wall or anything?
Where your ball at?
In the car, Dale.
That's not yours?
Okay, well, bring me something to drink.
Right there, boy.
What? All right, we're going to talk about the three suspects identified in the case of slain witness Joshua Brown. Ooh, my throat dry. My throat is completely parched. That Cavazier and all that other stuff. Ain't no fruit in it.
No.
You just smell fruity.
The bottle don't smell fruity.
Mm-hmm. I think this one that had the what was that, pears? What was that y'all said?
Pineapples and mango.
Yeah, I smell it.
I'll go get you some more.
I smell most things I put in my mouth to. Get better? I won't smell the greens before I eat it. The chicken before I bite into it. The pussy before I lick it. You need to smell it. Ooh, Jesus. Because in my lifetime, I smelled something and said, no, baby.
TMI.
No, baby, I don't think I want none of that now. It ain't really supposed to be smelling like no fish. Sardines and shit. And if you can smell the pussy through her clothes, you need to leave that pussy alone. I wish I could get a witness in this house. Because, see, some women don't wash their pussies. How I get on this subject? That'll be a good show one night.
About that water?
That'll be a good show one night.
What's gonna be a good show one night?
Hygiene.
What
is your pussy clean?
No, you can't put that on there. Give me something
Yeah,
else.
yeah, cause see, some women, they just get that little thing, do they still sell that little thing in the can? You know, it used to be in a little yellow can when I was young. They go and buy it in Walgreens and they just spray down, they ain't put neon water on it. Neon soap. I forget what they, was it Summer's Eves or somebody? And they spray down there, ain't put no water on it. Neon water. Oh, I forgot I was still up.
I know YouTube dying. Let me see what's going on.
Why did the motherfucker whoop my butt? Didn't no motherfucker whoop my butt, brother. And that thing's got 1.9 million views. I'm the baddest marketing motherfucker in the world. Macros. Yeah, it ain't supposed to smell like Simon Croquettes. Pussy's supposed to smell like pussy. Pussy has a smell. Clean pussy got a smell.
Listen, actually, that's true.
You ain't got to tell me. I'm a
But it's
pussyologist.
individual scent. Everybody knows smells
Right.
different.
Everybody, a woman that you've been with, you know her pussy. You're supposed to become very familiar with the pussy. You know how that pussy supposed to smell.
Somebody said your type could be you are what you eat.
Write that down. Right? I like that subject. You are what you eat. Mm. Chantel, I don't know what that is, but I don't allow links to anything on my page. Okay? That I don't know what the fuck it is. G Money, get the fuck off my motherfucking page. Mine has no scent, only like soap and fruity. Baby, eat some peaches. If you eat peaches, your pussy tastes like peaches. Eat collard greens, that mother. Whew. All right, let me get back. We finna come out the commercial break.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Boy, it be some awful conversations going on when I'm in the commercial break, and those of you on TV can't see it. And I'm always coming up with new topics because I'm not going to be just dealing with local stuff. Very seldom in the now that we are over in the central Arkansas area. But in fact, Nicole Claiborne will be in here Friday night, and that discussion we started a couple of weeks ago on my show about why men cheat and why women cheat, and how a woman can force her man to cheat and a man can force his woman to cheat. I'm gonna do that show on Friday night. I don't know what the subject of it. Do I want to call it cheaters? I don't know. But I'm gonna do that Friday night. Okay. Now let's deal with, and we got in also. I'm gonna do that. I might do that one Thursday. I don't know, because this is about dead. This subject here. We got into what's that technical word for? Is it cunnilingus or what is it? Cunning who? Cunning what?
What were you finna say here first?
No, I'm trying to come up. I'm trying to let the folks see that I'm educated and informed and I know some technical words. Congolitas,
What's the whole sentence though?
now we got to talking about,
You gonna leave them out, just say
oral sex. We got to talk about oral sex during the, like, and how some women don't keep it clean. Okay, and hygiene. So I'm gonna do a show called "You Are What You Eat." Yeah, I might do that on Thursday because I'm about tired of this Joshua Brown story. All right, let's get into it though. I don't think Selena, I don't think that's the way you spell it. Conolingus, is that the way? I don't know. But anyway, let's get into this. We have been on this story of Amy Geiger, the young lady who killed Bolton John in his apartment in September of last year. We've been talking about some of the irregularities in that particular story. And 2 days after she was sentenced to only 10 years, and the news breaks that there's going to be an appeal, Joshua Brown, one of the main witnesses in the case, was shot in the chest and shot in the mouth. I've had my theories on it. Others of you have had your theories on it. And today, one suspect has been arrested. I think 3 suspects have been identified in the case of slain witness Joshua Brown. 3 suspects have been identified in the case of a slain witness who testified in the murder trial of former Dallas police officer Amber Geiger. Dallas police announced today that 1 suspect was in custody and 2 others are being sought on capital murder charges in the death of Joshua Brown. Police said Brown was killed in a drug deal gone bad, and they emphasized his death was not related to his testimony in the Geiger case. Brown was a key prosecution witness in the trial of Geiger, who was convicted last week in the 2018 killing of his neighbor, Bolton John. Brown lived across the hall from John and testified that he heard 2 people meeting by surprise, followed by 2 shots the night John died. Dallas Police Assistant Chief Avery Moore said the 3 suspects had traveled from Louisiana to buy drugs from Brown, and one of the men shot Brown twice and killed him. I guess y'all ran out of drugs in Louisiana, so you got to go out of town to get your drugs. One of the suspects, 20-year-old Jaquarius Mitchell, was wounded and treated at a hospital. He's expected to be charged with capital murder. Police are still searching for Thaddeus Charles Green, 22, and Michael Diaz Mitchell, 32, who they believe fled the state. Jaquarius Mitchell told police it was Green who contacted Brown to buy the drugs, according to police. Mitchell said Green and Brown were talking when the conversation escalated into a physical confrontation. During the dispute, Brown shot Jaquarius Mitchell and Green shot Brown, killing him. According to Jaquarius Mitchell's account, Mitchell said he was driven to a hospital before the other 2 suspects fled. Dallas police said numerous tips led them to search Brown's apartment, where they confiscated 12 pounds of marijuana, 149 grams of THC cartridges, and more than $4,000 in cash. Let me put a pin right here. Last night, I got an inbox when I got off the air, and I don't have the inbox. I can't find it in my inbox now. To that person, if you're watching the show on Instagram, that inboxed me and gave me this same information when I got off the air last night. If you inbox me and give me your number again, I'd like to call you on air and find out how you knew what was going on, because you're telling me identically what, and you told me this last night before this happened today. You were telling me last night how this happened. So inbox me in my Instagram DM, and I'd love to speak with you if you would. Brown was concerned for his safety and didn't want to testify in the Geiger trial because he believed he had been targeted in a previous November 2018 shooting, according to his family lawyer, Lee Marriott. The shooting at a Dallas strip club last year left Brown wounded and killed Nicholas Shaquan Diggs, reports CBS Dallas Fort Worth. Brown was also expected to testify in an upcoming trial in Diggs' death, the station reported. Okay. Merritt told CBS Dallas Fort Worth that the day Brown testified, someone posted on one of Brown's social media accounts, "Now we know where to find you." The post was later deleted. Marriott and others have called for an outside agency to investigate Brown's death. Dallas police did not immediately respond to a request for a response from CBS News. Here's some side notes. There was an attempt on Brown's life in November of 2018. He was shot in the foot. Another friend was killed. A man was arrested for the incident, and another suspect remains at large. Josh was concerned that these people still meant him harm, so when he was subpoenaed to testify against Amber Geiger, he was conflicted. He wanted to do the right thing. Prosecutors told him he had information they needed to ensure a conviction. He in turn told prosecutors and the court about the danger he felt was associated with him testifying in a public trial. Ultimately, he decided that it was just too dangerous. He left the state and was in California on the day the trial began. In fact, the day he was called to testify, he was still in California. Prosecutors hounded him, threatening to issue a warrant for his arrest if he didn't appear in court on day 2 of the trial. So he got on the plane and came straight from the airport to the courthouse. I believe he met with the judge in her chambers on the record and reiterated his concern about testifying. That is why during his first public appearance in the trial, the judge affirmed, "You've already been sworn and are still under oath." The court has mechanisms to limit the exposure of witnesses. They took steps to cut off cameras and instruct media not to report on an undercover cop that testified in Geiger's trial. They weren't the same measures taken to protect, weren't the same measures taken to protect Joshua Brown. Brown's testimony was powerful, but it was also duplicated. Nothing he testified to couldn't have been brought in by other witnesses. It wasn't worth his life. So, what do you think about this latest development? Do you think that there is more to the story of Joshua Brown? There are those who still say that it was a setup. What do you think? Do you believe that he was a drug dealer? They did go in, search his apartment, and they did find drugs in his apartment. They found $4,000 in cash in his apartment. So, what is your feelings on this case now? Do you think that it's more to it, or do you think this is all to it? Bike Life Marvin, you're gone. I was looking for you. Thank you. What's your view? What's your story on this? T, put the number up. And I'm inviting you from all over the country to this police officer that texted me last night. Are you willing? He texted me and I put it up on Instagram, blocking out his telephone number. And he's texting me now as a former police officer. He texted me on last night, Thaddeus, did you see Dallas police trying to say Josh Brown killed by someone he was selling drugs to? Now, Thaddeus, who would come to Dallas from Louisiana to buy $4,000 worth of weed? They're trying to cover something up. Hell, they could have got that little amount of drugs in Louisiana. Tonight, Chicago, please let me read this first. I was a police officer in Dallas. They are corrupt, Thaddeus, I promise you that. They're trying to tarnish his record, and Dallas police could have placed them drugs in his apartment. Sir, if you're willing to talk to me, text me back. Let me know if you're willing to talk to me, and I will call you without you giving your name or anything of that nature, and we can have a conversation, if you would, concerning what you're saying is corruption in the Dallas Police Department. Is it possible? Now we see this on the movies. Is it possible that it's a setup? My question becomes, why you got to drive all the way from Louisiana for some weed? And if they got some weed in Louisiana, so I'm waiting for you to text me back, yes or no. Well, hell, I'll just call you. You can tell me whether you want to talk to me or not. So I was trying to see if you wanted to discuss it on the air. So apparently you don't. So do you believe it? Do you believe that there's no weed now in Louisiana. So if you wanna get you some weed, you gotta come to Texas. What's your view on it? Or do you just think that, well, it's coincidental that this situation just happened 2 days after that? Why was he shot in the mouth? I believe when I was listening to the police chief, he was shot. There were 2 shots. One did not go all the way through. One hit the spinal area and traveled up in his body. What do you think? 901-231-9239. I think they said they found, was it 2 pounds of weed,
12.
12 pounds of weed in his apartment? Okay. The air conditioner on in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just noticed that. 901-231-9239. The phone lines are now open. Salinas, you the secretary on Instagram, put the number out there if you would. Area code 901-231-9239. Do you believe it was a setup, or do you believe it was just a drug deal gone bad? What do you think? Hell, it's cold in here now. 901-231-9239. What is your view? Do you think that there would be, what was that movie like, where all the police were corrupt, like in Serpico? Go ahead. Go ahead. Sir, take me off the speakerphone, speak directly and speak up so we can hear you.
Okay.
And whatever you're listening to me on, cut it off.
Okay, I turned it off. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, so pretty much what I was saying was I definitely...
Sir, talk up. Please, sir, talk up. You're going to have to project your voice. Speak up, sir.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now I hear you. Take this little thing out your ear and talk. Right.
What I was saying was I definitely agree with the pastor.
You're talking to the pastor, sir.
Shooting was very, very personal. And one of the main reasons why I feel that way is because it plays into the whole predictive blaming on the black man narrative to take the issue off of what it really is. Anytime racism is brought to the
See what it
forefront,
sounds like in there.
we always go back to this whole
Cause she on the
blacks
damn
kill
phone.
blacks type of thing, and it becomes believable because if you see it in the media over and over and over again. Now, one thing that I find very, very interesting is that the drive from New Orleans to Dallas is 7.5 hours with light traffic. They are trying to give us a tale that 3 drug dealers took time out of their lives to conduct a 15-hour round trip to go and kill a man who we have no record of ever having dealt drugs, period.
So let me ask you this. 7 hours from New Orleans to Dallas, Texas. Fine. But was the intention to buy drugs, or was the intention to kill him?
Well, if the intention is to buy drugs, the first thing that we want to know is, does this man have a history of being a drug user? That's one. And second, if the intention is to kill him, what is the motive behind that? Did he owe you money? Did he double cross you? What is it? All we're being told is that 3 random black drug dealers got in their car and drove to drove to Dallas to kill this dude from New Orleans. And the timing of it is very, very interesting because I'm pretty sure that while he was being a witness in the trial, he wasn't conducting himself in any type of illegal activity because all eyes
And how did they come to know each other from two separate states?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense. And let's be fair here. Let's say that is what happened. Why, like you said, why would they come from two states? It seems like that would be orchestrated. Like somebody said, okay, you're gonna meet me here, and I'll be here at that time. It does not sound like the etiquette and the conduct of random drug dealers. And I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that every person who
And I'm being told,
intelligent or whatever.
yeah, and I'm being told it's not New Orleans, it's Alexandria, which is very close to Baton Rouge area. But hell, same difference, same drive. Sir?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's parts of this story that just don't make sense. And like I said in the beginning, it all goes back to the whole let's blame it on the black man to divert the attention away from what this is really about. This was a race killing, and another
Okay.
thing is
Come on, make it quick, brother. I can't give you the whole show.
Say that again.
I can't give you the whole show. Make your point real quick.
Okay, I understand, but thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
So, who drives from Alexandria, or whether it's Alexandria, or whether it's, and someone was calling me from Alexandria just a moment ago. Please call me back. Why would you go? Why would you go from Alexandria all the way there?
Jerry.
Call from Lisa.
Go ahead.
To your caller, they hung up.
Go ahead. Oh, hung up. Yeah, someone was calling me from Alexandria a few moments ago. You know, I'm not one that knows much about the drug trade, but who's going to drive? If you're the mule in this matter, don't most mules make at least $15,000 a run? Why would three black men travel all the way from Louisiana, 6-7 hours, to only get $4,000 worth of drugs? Or was they to get more drugs? Why was there an argument? What was the argument? I guess we'll never know. That took place outside. Let's go. Someone's calling me from Alexandria, Louisiana. Go ahead, brother.
What's up, Dad?
What's up, man?
Man, I'm simple, bro. I've been watching this shit for a minute, and I see all these comments on the post. Don't know. I mean, I'm from Alexandria. I know what happened, bro. It was a drug deal went bad. Somebody in Dallas took them up with that dude from down.
I need you to speak up a little bit louder for me, brother.
I say I know those guys that did that. You know, they looking for them, but they on the run. You know, they got one guy in the hospital. You know what I mean?
Right.
I see all this speculation on your page. You know, police is
Hold one second, brother. Those of you on Instagram, the page is timing out. It only goes 1 hour at a time. Let me do this and bring Instagram. Dale,
Yes.
come fix this. Fix it, Dale. Hey, brother, I want you to hold on. I'm gonna take a commercial break, but I want to hear exactly what you have to say. Can you hold on just a moment?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Okay. We'll be back after these commercial messages. But brother, I'm gonna need you to speak up a little bit. You got a Bluetooth or something in your ear?
No, I'm gonna speak.
All right. Come off the speakerphone and talk directly into the phone.
Okay. I got you. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you better now. All right. I'm still in commercial break. Just hold on, okay? Those of you that's coming back in on Instagram, I have the caller from Alexandria, Louisiana, still on hold. We're in commercial break, but I thought that you might be interested in hearing what he has to say. Guitar, whoever you are, who are you? Because you're about to get. No, I'm not talking to you yet, sir. I'm talking to these ignorant ass motherfuckers on Instagram.
Yeah, they be tripping. I read their dumb ass comments.
Yeah. In fact, Guitar 510, you just gone.
Say that I ain't gonna use my real name. Just call me David.
Okay, okay.
'Cause I don't want no backlash.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
Because I know the people, you know what I mean?
Okay. And for those of y'all coming back on Instagram, I went to commercial break. The caller from Alexandria, Louisiana, who states that he does know these individuals and we're not using his real name, is on the line. So that y'all didn't miss nothing. I'm just here to watch him go off. If that's the only reason you're here for the wrong purpose. So let's make sure you go off the page. If you're not here for information, you're in the wrong place. How many more commercials I got? 2 more? Okay. Just hold about 3-4 more minutes, brother.
Yeah, you good. I just want to get the truth out there because, I mean,
Huh?
sir,
Yeah, yeah.
no, I'm still here.
No. How many more? Damn, what's happening with the Instagram? Come fix it real quick there. Are you in the game? In the game, man?
Mind game?
Yeah.
No, I ain't no game. I'm married with kids. I work every day.
Okay. I just asked, bro.
I'm too old to be gang banging. I'm a one.
I didn't say gang. I said game.
Oh,
The dope game.
oh no, I used to be a young man.
Okay.
I'm trying to see me in church now.
Did you play my commercial? Did you play my commercial?
I'm about to play it.
Okay, I told you, and maybe you need to stay off the phone some in there.
I didn't think you wanted your break to be 10 minutes.
The what?
I didn't think you wanted your break to be 10 minutes.
I didn't ask you to think. That commercial, if we take something else off, it's all right. But that commercial is played every commercial break from now until my show. That's the only important commercial I got.
Okay.
I'm in my last commercial, man. We got about 1 minute.
Yeah, you could.
Dale, right here about my show on that board too.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
And welcome back to the Thaddeus Matthews Show. You do not want to miss my big Black Friday Blues show. Tickets are already on sale. Go by DMC Cleaners, 62 Fairway at 3rd, and Sherrod's up in North Memphis at 3666 North Watkins. And get your general admission tickets, which are $35. The $60 tickets can only be purchased at Naked Truth Liberation and Empowerment Ministries. As on the Friday night after Thanksgiving, my first VIP tickets went to my girl Natasha, who listens to me play the blues every morning on WMQM every morning, AM 1600. She's coming all the way from Brooklyn, New York. She's already purchased her tickets, purchased her airline tickets, made her reservation at a hotel that is right at the church. It's going to be off the chain. O.B. Buchanan, Carl Sims, Vic Allen, Luther Lackey, Courtney Little, Adrena, and Sheba Potts Wright. Go ahead on, get your tickets. Put your little 35s together and go ahead. All right, make sure you do miss me. Don't miss me, brother. At 6 o'clock in the morning Central Time for the Thaddy Bat Blues Show. Those of you around the country that enjoy the blues, I got folk down in Baton Rouge, little tire shop, mobile car wash. I believe I forget the name of it here, but they every morning they're listening down in Baton Rouge, Cornell Elliott up in Norfolk, Virginia, people all over the country. All you've got to do is go to the TuneIn app and put in WMQM. Now, on the phone, and he's been holding for a few minutes, is a gentleman from Alexandria, Louisiana. This is where the three killers, the three alleged killers of Joshua Brown are from. So we were talking and we timed out on Instagram, so I thought, well, let's just hold on and let him talk. Brother, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now, tell me what, I think you shared with me that you know the individuals that they're looking for.
Yeah, I know all of them.
Okay. Now, were you also familiar with Joshua Brown?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. So tell me, man, why would three guys from Alexandria, Louisiana drive all the way to Dallas to pick up drugs?
I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but I know the play went wrong. They went to go scope, and I guess it went left. And that's when the shooting started. And everybody asking why they left all the dope in the apartment, because they never went in the apartment. The shooting took place outside.
Right? It did.
Yeah, they never went in the apartment. Whatever he had on him outside, that's what they grabbed. That's what they took. You know what I mean?
So, but why would you drive from Louisiana to Dallas and not get what you really went after?
Because they didn't know it was in the house, man. That's what I'm saying. They didn't know it was in the house. You know what I mean?
So,
I can't answer that question.
okay, so you think that they had, I think they said he had some kind of satchel or something on him.
Yeah, he had a duffel bag.
Okay, so you think that these guys thought that the drugs was in the duffel bag?
I knew that was. Because when they came home, they told me.
Because they did what now?
I think when they come back to Louisiana, they say what it was in. They say what the marijuana was in.
So they're back in Alexandria now?
Oh, I don't know what it is.
I mean, you said that they told it was in the duffel bag.
Neighborhood.
All right.
When it first happened, when they made it back to Louisiana.
So after the killing, you're saying that these guys made it back to Louisiana,
I'm guessing they did.
and there were conversation in the hood.
Yeah, from what I hear.
And what you're hearing on the streets in Alexandria.
I just heard they made it back, You hear all kinds of speculations, but I knew, what I'm reading on your page is not true. It wasn't from you all, it was from around here.
So,
That's what he said.
so Thaddeus Green and Michael Diaz made it back.
I think they did.
Okay. Jaquarius Mitchell, were you familiar with him?
Yes, I was.
Okay. He's the one that was shot, and they're saying that he was shot by Joshua Brown.
Right.
So you think then that it was a drug deal went bad, that they went to rob, would you consider Joshua the plug?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, they went to go score and it went back. It just went bad,
So,
Like I said, they trying to make him out to be, they trying to make him look like a good guy, but he wasn't. Dude was a drug dealer. You know?
all right,
That much dope in your eyes. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Ain't no,
But
that much dope in their eyes.
okay, are we sure that he had the dope in the house and it was not placed in the house?
I'm telling you, the law said the dope was in the house. I'm telling you.
Well, just because the law said that it was in the house, don't mean that the drugs were actually in the house. Okay.
Okay, if you had that kind of marijuana on you that they say they found or whatever, I'm quite sure you had some more, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how much drugs did they get off of Joshua at the time that he was killed?
Oh, I don't want to say out there over the phone.
But I don't know you and you don't know me. But what's the street saying? What's the street saying that they brought back from Dallas?
So they got about 12 pounds.
That they got in the duffel bag, they brought back 12 pounds.
So I hear, people lie. I don't know.
So if they made it all the way back to Alexandria with the drugs, the streets also know where they are, whether they've left the Alexandria area. So what's the street saying about their whereabouts?
I have no idea. I don't be in the streets like that. I just know.
Come on now, brother. You hearing part of what the street's saying. You know, give me the whole, since I don't know you and you don't know me, give me the whole story about what the streets are saying. You're telling me
The streets
that.
say they on the run. The streets say they on the run.
So did they leave Alexandria?
I'm thinking so.
Man, you ain't telling me nothing. See,
Yeah,
you
they don't. Yeah.
huh?
They not in that.
So, all right, you giving me, you ain't giving me all the street talk, brother. The streets, if you're
I'm
in,
saying what you want to know. They not in that event. I'm telling you, they don't.
so where did the street say that they were heading?
I didn't say all that. I mean, a crook ain't gonna tell on himself. A crook ain't gonna after you do a crime. He's not gonna tell you where he's going.
So,
Would you?
now, first of all, no, I ain't gonna never tell me, and I ain't gonna never do nothing that's gonna involve me with nobody else. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it by my damn self. So, how does the street say that Joshua Brown came in contact with these local jokers down in Alexandria? With the,
some kind of connection they had. I can't put the dots together with some kind of connection they had. I don't know how they do it, but I don't know, some kind of connection. It had to be a third party. It had to be. That's the only thing I can say.
we got Jaquarius Mitchell, 20 years old, Thaddeus Green, 22, Michael Diaz Mitchell is 32. So were these guys, since you know them, were these major drug boys in Alexandria?
Nah, it's penny pinching, I guess.
All right, so we'll talk about the small dope boy.
Yeah.
Okay, he ain't slinging no weight.
I guess not.
Okay, so and see, this is where I'm confused at. If you're not slinging no weight in Alexandria, and how do you, if you're not the plug, they're not the plug then in Alexandria, right?
Yeah.
So were they workers for the plug in Alexandria?
I guess they working for themselves. I don't know. I can't answer that.
No, bro. See, look. Were they mules for were they mules for somebody else?
Probably so.
So if they're mules for somebody else, the mule there, I mean the head guy there, the plug there sent these guys to go to Dallas and get the drugs from Joshua Brown, is what you're telling me.
I didn't say that.
So what are you saying?
I mean, I don't know what the conversation was. I wasn't there.
All right. So brother, why did you call me? To tell me what?
To let you know that all the speculation about all this and all that. I mean, it's just, it was just.
But what you giving me is speculation. You giving me the same thing, bro. You giving me speculation. You're not giving me no facts. You're telling me what this part of what the street says. And I know I've been in the streets long enough, brother, to know that when the street talks, you sit back and listen to the whole conversation. If you're telling me that you knew all three of these guys, you know that they went to Dallas, you know that Thaddeus Green shot the guy twice, killed him. They made it all the way back to Alexandra. Then you know whether they're working for somebody else. You giving me speculation, man.
That's what I'm saying is, in the streets, people talk.
Yes.
What I'm saying is, it was a drug deal went bad. That's all I know.
Okay. I mean, that's what you're saying. That's the speculation that you're giving me. You're speculating that it went bad because if you know that they came back to Alexandra, and you tell me that they are not the plug, they the muse in the case, then you know that they got to be working for somebody else.
I guess.
All right, bro. Thank you so much. That conversation wasn't much. No. I mean, he was calling me. I looked at the number. He was calling me from Alexandra. He does say that he know all of these guys. But if you know that much, if the streets is telling you that much, then you know more than that. You're saying that they went to get some drugs. Now you're saying that the duffel bag has 12 pounds in it. I'm a little leery of believing, how many pounds did they say they found in the house?
12.
They found 12 pounds in the house. Now, I know some dope boys. You ain't walking around outdoors with a duffel bag with 12 pounds of dope in it. That ain't the way the game played. No. I think that he may know something, but I don't think that he gave us everything that he knows. And then again, he may not know nothing. Yeah.
It might be one of them boys trying to throw y'all off.
And again, he could be one of the guys again, because my conversation has been all over Instagram. So, could be one of those guys. But I just don't believe what the guy that just called me from Alexandra is saying. What's your opinion? Put the number back up, Tiara. (901-231-9239). That conversation wasn't much about nothing. I believe they made it all the way back to Alexandra. But these are peon dope boys. Okay? These are little joint sellers.
It's like three on this Nicole together.
Yeah. Three guys. Okay. Three guys to go get that much. Okay. You're on the air, sir. Go ahead from Chicago.
Hey, that is that last caller. That brother was talking in circles. He didn't know what he was talking about. And from what I can gather, that is, and for what you just read, it wasn't a drug deal gone bad. I believe it was a setup. This brother had all the information on Amber Geiger, and he was a key witness to everything. And I believe, from my honest opinion, that it was a simple setup, and I don't believe it was a drug deal. That is my honest opinion. I'm just going to be brief with that. God bless you, that is. And have a good night, my friend.
Thank you so much. That caller from Chicago basically sums it up. See, it don't make sense. The police say they found 12 pounds in the house. 12 pounds of marijuana, 149 grams of THC cartridges, and more than $4,000 in cash. They may have snatched the bag, but if you're gonna rob the dope man, you don't rob the dope man that way. You went inside and got everything, including the cash. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, man, I think the guy, he might be one of the guys that they looking for. And if not, he knows all the guys, like he said. He don't want to talk too much to put his life in danger, which I can't blame him.
But why call me?
Well, hell, like I say, I don't know. He just want to probably talk to somebody or just bored him. Ain't no telling. But like I say, he knows more than what he told you, which I can't blame him. He shouldn't be talking no way. Because if he know them guys hear him talking, they gonna know who the hell he is. And like I say, loose lips see shift, they might pop him.
But, do you think, and these guys can't be anything else, but the mules in the case, okay? Do you think that these guys are real players in the game?
Well, I put it like this: the guy that they popped, he had 12 pounds in the house. Now he moving weight. And as far as what he had in the double bag, they might have. It was stupid for them to rob him with what I don't believe he had no 12 pounds outside in no bag.
No, brother, no.
No, I don't think he had that. But it seemed like they came down and ripped him off. They would have waited till they got up in the house to rob him.
Yeah.
To get everything, the weight and his money.
Yeah. I mean, that ain't the way you rob the dope man.
No.
I mean, not that I got no experience in robbing the dope man, but I've been around the streets long enough, man. Okay? If you go rob the dope man, why grab this little bit he got outside? Okay? Why grab this little bit and not go on the inside and make your transaction on the inside?
Right. That don't even sound right. I don't know what went down, like I say, but if they was gonna rob him or whatever, they would have did it up in the house and got everything, man. It wouldn't have been no killers and bitches they gonna get outside. But the guy, he was pushing weight though. If he had 12 pounds, and they might have been coming to get 12 pounds, but it was in the house.
Yeah, but okay, and we'll all right. Let's go with the story that the police say that there were 12 pounds in the house. What's the street value on 12 pounds?
Oh my God! Shit, depending on what quality it is. You talking about that kush shit, man? You talking big money. But it's some regular ass stuff. You might be talking about 15, 20, about 20,000. 20,000 for 12 pounds, probably. If it's that regular shit, but you talking about that kush or something like that, and you talking probably 40, 50,000.
All right, let's say it's regular, that just what I used to call good reefer back in the day. You saying 12 pounds is about 15,000?
Well, I put it like this here: a pound there probably cost you about $1,200 or some shit like that for a pound.
So why would I drive 5-6 hours to go and get $15,000 worth of reefer? Got to be some reefer in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta be some there too. That don't make sense.
Plus you're closer to Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have got it in Louisiana. Don't see it. And then they got to ride dirty all the way back to Louisiana.
Yeah, you got 3 young black men in a car together.
Yeah.
Okay, just that by itself makes the police suspicious.
Right.
And you're gonna ride dirty all the way back from Dallas. Hell, probably your tags weren't even good on the car.
Yeah. Seemed like they would have caught locally, you know. And I know they got some big dealers down there that they could have got their little 12 pounds from.
See, I'm trying to really try to figure out where the association of Joshua Brown and these 3 young guys cross. Where does their paths cross?
Well, you know, like I say, didn't they say he went to school down in Florida somewhere?
Yeah.
He might have met them when he was in college down there or something.
Hell, these Negroes ain't went to no college.
Oh, he didn't go to college. Ooh.
No, I mean, no, he went to college. He was down in Jacksonville, Florida. But I'm looking at Jaquarius.
Well, that's
He
on the
20 years.
side there.
Huh? You looking
He
at,
was on the coast, the Atlantic side of the ocean.
yeah.
Yeah. So he might not have met him then.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at one guy 20 years old, you're looking at another guy 22, and the other guy is 32.
Yeah, that's a big age difference. A 32-year-old.
So, and then,
Been hanging with them young guys.
yeah, and see, you talking about if all he had in the house, now they said over $4,000, more than $4,000 in cash, that means it wasn't 10, because they'd have said more than 10. Okay? You ain't got weight money in the house. $4,000 is not weight money.
Oh man. Well, like I said, I don't know. Maybe they were just going there to rob him, but they should have done that in the house. Because if you're gonna rob one of them dope boys, it's best to do it. And then they live in one state and you live in another, but they can't call the police. So that's one good thing about it. They don't know where they can find you. All they done is got.
But what dope boy brings you to his house?
Right.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere.
Yeah. What? See, why if I don't know you from another state, I'm gonna bring you where I lay my head, man. That ain't the game.
Like you said, it's a third party there. Somebody hooked them up.
Yeah. All right, brother. Thank you so much. All right. Let's go to Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Dennis, you in Hot Springs, Arkansas?
Yes, I am, sir.
Are you watching me on TV or you watching me on social media?
No, I got you on the antenna.
18.8?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. I'm glad to know y'all watching me over there in Central Arkansas on the TV. Thank you so very much. Go ahead, sir.
Well, I was just, I want you to know I lost a son years ago to a heroin overdose.
Okay.
And when I see all the stuff that we have now, I'm just asking you, how can we make things better? How can we make the racial things better and try to make things better in our lives? How can we do that?
Well, racism ain't going nowhere, brother. Okay? Racism is not going anywhere. We've got to accept that racism is what it is and treat our fellow man the way we want to be treated, but understand what truth and realism about this whole thing is all about. The drug thing is not finna go away because there's too many folk making money off of it. See, it's not just the dope boy that's making some money. How is the dope getting here, brother? The courts make too much money off of you. The lawyers, the judges, the prison system makes too much money off of the dope game. So the dope game is not going anywhere, but you've got to regulate yourself when it comes. The one thing I've never been interested in was drugs, man. Now, I smoked some reefer. In my young days, we called it, how old are you, sir?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I understand. I just,
How old are you, sir? How old are you, sir?
I'm 59 years old.
All right, you're a little bit older than me. Now, the conditions, and you're a white man, the conditions in the penal codes and the prison systems and the laws are different for you as a white man versus me as a black man. So there is judicial racism. When we look at the drugs, on the street, man, where did the drugs come from that came into our communities? Who brought it there?
Well, I'm not going to say it was a white man. I don't want to go down that road with you.
No, you yes, you can. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You,
Martin Luther King,
Martin Luther King did what?
I can't quote him to the fact, but there's something in one of his speeches that he said he wants his children to be judged not by the color of their skin,
But the content of, but white folk did bring it in, brother. Let's be real. See, that's why I be trying to tell white folk, be honest with yourself. Okay, be honest with yourself. Black man did not start the drug epidemic in America. The white man had the planes and the boats. Am I correct?
Well, I didn't do it.
I didn't say you did it, sir. I didn't say. I'm not accusing. Wait a minute, sir. I'm not accusing you of being the drug dealer. I hate drug dealers whether they're black or white. Let me set that there. But I'm saying when we go back and we look at the drug epidemic in America, the government, brother, brought drugs into this country. Okay? They allowed the planes.
Would you agree that would be the Democratic Party?
Well, goddamn. I mean, the Democratic Party. No, it was Republicans too, brother.
But to give free housing, free phones.
Oh, brother. Now, Mr. White Man, you finna take. Now, Mr. White Man, you finna take me down that road. And I don't mind traveling the road with you in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Do you know? See, when you start talking about, you're talking about government benefits. Is that what you're talking about, sir?
About what now?
You talking about government benefits, welfare, and all of that?
Yes, sir.
Do you realize that there are more white people on welfare? Do you understand that there are more white people that's getting government assistance than black folk?
Probably by percentage. I agree with that.
Okay, so then don't bring to me my fine white brother, and you just now finding out about me over there in Hot Springs, Arkansas. But I'm a straight shooter, man. See, the problem in America was caused by the white man. The black man ain't caused the issues in this country. It was your forefathers, brother.
Okay, so how do we fix it now?
Hell, some of it ain't gonna be fixed. Some of y'all gotta die.
Go to Chicago where blacks are killing blacks. I'm just asking you a question. How do we fix it?
I don't know. Carry a gun and be the first one to shoot. Okay. See, but my
I'm in this with you to help make things right.
what's that? Look, all right. Tell me how white folk gonna make it right. Y'all been around a long time, so tell me how the white man is gonna make it right. What's the plan that the white people got to make it right?
Well, first of all, we got to work with the quote-unquote black man to make it right.
No, I'm not the quote unquote black man. I'm a black man, so I ain't quote unquote. I'm black. Okay, I'm black every morning. I get up and look in my mirror and see how fine I am. I'm a fine, sexy black man that is informed and intrigued with what is going on in this country. That ain't gonna tell the lies.
All right, so how do you help the black man then?
By having a TV show that informs and educates. I don't alienate white folk, but I let white folk know who they are. Racism in this country was created by y'all. We was over there in Africa doing all right. We was kings and queens. Y'all went over there and was able to purchase us from our ancestors. You brought us over here with 400 years of free labor. That's we.
The quote unquote white man purchased the black man
From the Ivory Coast of Africa. Oh, I need to give you some black history. Mr. White Man, I want you to say right there. Look, do you not realize that you went over to Africa and with trinkets and gave the chiefs trinkets, and because you gave the black leaders trinkets, they allowed us to be taken into slavery. We still selling out for trinkets. You brought us over on that first slave ship. Do you know what the name of the first slave ship was?
No, sir.
It was called Jesus. We were brought over here on the good ship Jesus. That was the first slave ship that brought us over here. Then y'all gave us your bullshit ass religion. You gave us Christianity.
That's like water down the river.
No, sir. It becomes water down the river when I talk to white folk like this. See, everything is watered down white folk when we talk about racism in America.
How do we fix it today?
Hell, it ain't no fixing, brother. It ain't no. You as a white man and your ancestors indoctrinated black folk to hate each other. We hate each other. We love y'all. We love y'all. But
I've got black men that I work with.
see, every white man, every white man that I talk to about racism, you always got a black friend. That's fine. That's fine. But you got a daughter?
Do I have a daughter? No, sir.
Okay. If you got a sister?
No sister, all brothers.
All right. Would you want your brother to go and marry a black woman?
Well, I can't answer that question. I would accept it.
Have you ever had a black woman?
I would accept any kind of racial situation. Well, the problem I've got is we all need to learn how to love each other and how to make it better.
So how is the white man in America going to make it better for me as a black man?
That we both have to work together.
How are we gonna work together? Give me the plan. Give me the plan of working together.
Well, first of all, loving Jesus Christ, that's the first number one thing.
Wait a minute, what Jesus Christ got to do with this?
I mean, if you don't, are you saying you don't agree that Jesus is the Son of God?
I believe that Jesus is the second person of the Trinity. But you do know that his name is not Jesus, don't you?
I'm just going by the Bible, brother.
Well, but let me educate you, my white brother. Let me educate you tonight. You do know that his name can't be Jesus. Do you want me to tell you why his name can't be Jesus?
Okay.
2019 years ago, the letter Y was not even around in the Greek or the Hebrew language. the term, his name was Yahshua. Did you know that?
Understand that?
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that Jesus was a black man?
I don't know if Jesus was a black man or not. He was a son of God.
Wait a minute, but wait a minute, my white brother. You don't know whether did Jesus come here in an earthly form?
Did he?
You,
Yes,
you,
he came in earthly form.
he was born in a manger, right?
Yes, sir.
Jesus came here in an earthly form, so that he had to have a nationality. He had to have a color.
Well, I don't think a color means a nationality, does it?
Well, he was a Jew, but he had color.
Was that?
You do know that Jesus wasn't a white man, brother. Will you admit that Jesus was not white?
I can't say what color he
Am I
was.
froze?
He was son of God.
Huh? No. What color was Jesus? What color was Jesus? Come on, Mr. White Man. You can release it tonight.
He's the son of God. Half of him was God. What color?
No. What have you read the book of Revelations where it gives a description of him?
I've read it. You probably have to fill me in on that one.
I'd be glad to. I love to educate. He had hair like lamb's wool, feet like polished brass, eyes like balls of fire. That don't sound like a white man to me. Come on, help me on through here now.